This video highlights the following AutoCAD commands. Move command using object tracking and OSNAP. Group command. Copy command. The topics demonstrated in this video are relevant for both AutoCAD PC and AutoCAD Mac. Whether you are following along with me in an in-person class, or you are working through the Kendall Hunt ebook publication, you should download the drawing entitled Move and Copy Exercise.dwg. On the Model Space tab, you will see the drafted objects you will modify for this tutorial. To prepare for this exercise, you will need to set the object OSNAP settings. At the command line type OSNAP, return Enter key on the keyboard. The Object OSNAP dialog box will deploy on the screen. Make sure that the following settings are checked. Object OSNAP on. Object OSNAP tracking on. Midpoint. Center. Intersection. Pick OK to close the OSNAP settings dialog box. In this exercise, you will align objects by the center and midpoint of each object. The Ortho F8 function key will need to be toggled off for you to be able to move the objects diagonally within the model space work environment. Begin with the Move command. At the command line type Move, return Enter key on the keyboard. Let's review the Move command essentials. First, remember to always read the command line in order to understand what action AutoCAD requires at each step of the command. In the Move command, you will pick an object, then indicate to AutoCAD you are done picking objects by striking the Return Enter key on your keyboard to progress to the next step. Read the command line. AutoCAD wants you to pick a base point. You are picking on a precise point somewhere on the object you wish to move. Precise points are defined by an object's geometry, such as endpoint, midpoint, center, intersection, etc. Once you have picked a precise point on the object, read the command line. AutoCAD is asking you to pick a displacement point. With your mouse, move to another area or object in which you need to align the selected object. The displacement point is the second and final point in which you are moving the object. We will now move on to the exercise in this tutorial. Start with the Move command. At the command line type Move, return Enter key on the keyboard. Read the command line. AutoCAD is asking you to select the object to move. Locate the smallest circle within the set. Pick on the outline of the circle instead of trying to pick in the center of the object. In vector geometry, only the outline of the object is defined. The interior is negative space. When you are done selecting the object, pick on the Return Enter key on the keyboard. Read the command line. AutoCAD is asking you to pick a base point. In this case, it is the center of the circle, since we are aligning all of the circles to the center points in this exercise. To be able to find the center, you will need to hover over the outline of the circle without picking on it. Zoom in closer to the object center area if needed, for you to be able to see the OSNAP center symbol, which is a plus sign. You may need to move near the edge of the circle outline in order for AutoCAD to recognize the object definition. Track to the edge of the circle without picking with your mouse. Then track back toward the perceived center of the circle. When you see the OSNAP plus sign symbol for center, then pick with your mouse. Next, read the command line. AutoCAD is asking you for a second displacement point. Locate the largest circle in the set. You may first need to zoom out with your mouse to align the smaller circle inside the largest circle. Again, hover over the edge of the largest circle, and then track toward the middle of the large circle. When you see the OSNAP center plus symbol, pick with the mouse. The Move command is now complete. Repeat these steps for each of the circles in the set. Align all center lines of circles to the largest circle in the set. Once you have all of the circles centered, it is time to combine them into a single group. To do this, at the command line type Group, Return Enter key on the keyboard. Read the command line. AutoCAD is asking you to select objects or choose from the choices in the square brackets. Let's skip the choices in this instance and select the circles to progress in the command. Use a green crossing box to ensure that you have selected all of the circles. Read the command line. If you are done selecting objects, pick Return Enter key on the keyboard to end the command. Using grips, pick on the set of grouped objects. Right-click with your mouse to see a mini menu of options. Choose Properties. Explore how the circles are now defined as a group. Leave the circles in the original location in this part of the drawing. Use the Copy command to make a copy of the circles. At the command line, type Copy. Return Enter key on the keyboard. Pick on the group of circles. Return Enter key on the keyboard to progress to the next step. Read the command line. AutoCAD is asking you to pick a base point to align the object. In this case, pick the center of the circle set. Read the command line. AutoCAD is asking you to pick a second displacement point. We will locate the copy of the circles to the lower, left-hand area of the drawing rectangle. Using polar object tracking, locate the midpoint of the horizontal and vertical lines. Remember to hover over the midpoint of each line to track the X and Y intersection point as you see me do here. Once you see the intersecting polar tracking lines, pick with your mouse. Then strike the Escape ESC key to end the command. Check your work by using the construction line method. To do this, at the command line, type XL. Return Enter key on the keyboard. Read the command line. Type H for horizontal. Return Enter key on the keyboard. Find the midpoint of the vertical line segment here. Pick the Escape ESC key to end the command. Now create a vertical construction line. To do this, at the command line, type XL. Return Enter key on the keyboard. Read the command line. Type V for vertical. Return Enter key on the keyboard. Find the midpoint of the horizontal line segment here. Pick the Escape ESC key to end the command. Using grips, pick on the set of circles. The blue grip in the center of the circle group should rest directly on top of where the construction lines intersect on the Y and the X axis. Use grips to select each construction line, and then pick Delete on the keyboard, or use the Erase command in AutoCAD to eliminate the construction lines. In the final part of this exercise, you will align the rectangles by their midpoints. Use polar object tracking to locate the midpoint of vertical and horizontal lines of the rectangles to find the center of each. Align all of the rectangles as you see me do here. Repeat the Group command to group the rectangles. Copy the grouped rectangles to the bottom, right-hand part of the drawing environment. Verify that your work is centered using the construction line method. Delete the construction lines. Go to the Paper Space tab and set up the drawing to be turned in as a PDF file. If necessary, watch the separate video for setting up a D-size architectural sheet in Paper Space.